So I'm filling out school applications for the 2021-2022 school year. And can I just tell you, I really hate doing this, especially on paper. Who in the world does this on paper? Anyway, I thought since I'm trying to find some of the best schools that some of you out there probably are too. So I am compiling my top 7 school districts in LA County. You want to know what they are? Well, stay tuned because I'm getting into it right now. How's it going, everybody? Dietric Williams, realtor with Compass, Baldwin Hills, California, and welcome to another edition of Info on the Go, the show where I give tips, tricks, and insight on how to buy, sell, or invest in real estate in Southern California. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you are aware every time I upload new content to YouTube. Now, my team and I, we're getting calls from all around for people who just want to know what it's like to live, eat, work, and play in Southern California. So if you've been thinking about making a move within Southern California or even relocating to the LA metro area, please make sure you give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. Regardless of how you want to get in contact with us, just know that we got your back when you're moving to the LA metro area. So let me just preface this by saying this is in no means an official top 7 rated school district in LA County. This is just my top 7. You're going to want to do your own research to find out which school districts work best for you. Another thing you're going to want to do is make sure that you get with your local realtor and pull tax records for any homes that you're going to buy within a specific city. And that's because that will tell you which school district that home is a part of. So you would hate to purchase a home in an area that you thought you were going to send your kids to one school and it falls outside of the parameters of that boundary. So you just want to make sure that you check the tax records. Another thing is I'm going to be talking about home prices, and to make it an apples to apples comparison, I'm going to use as a baseline 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes. So just keep that in mind when I'm talking about prices, because they're going to be fluctuate. Some will be higher, some will be lower, but I'm just using those parameters as a baseline to give you a gauge of what home prices are going to be like in those school districts. And make sure you stay tuned to the very end, because even if you have kids that you want to send to another school outside of the district that they live in or the home school that they have, I'll show you a trick in order to get them into a different school of your liking. So without further ado, let's get into the top 7.
Number 7.
San Marino is a top rated public school district that has 4 schools and approximately 3,000 students. Now, according to state test scores, about 87% of the students are proficient in math and 88% are proficient in reading, with a student to teacher ratio of 20-1. The district boasts an average ACT score of 31 with a 96% graduation rate. This is pretty outstanding in terms of stats, as the area really only has 1 public high school. There are portions of Southeast San Marino that fall outside of the school district. So if you're planning on purchasing a home or relocating to the area, you just want to make sure that you check the school's boundary maps. Also, home prices in that area average a whopping $2 million.
Number 6.
Torrance Unified School District. Now, this is one of the largest school districts in LA County with roughly 34 schools and about 23,000 students. And average ACT scores hover around 29. So even with such a large school district, students still perform well. The grades run from pre-K all the way up to 12th grade. And the student teacher ratio is 23-1. There are 4 high schools in the area with a graduation rate of about 95%. There's West High School, which is the highest rated school in the district. If you live in West Torrance, Pacific South Bay, Pacific Colony, West High School will be your home school. And home prices range between $1 million and $1.5 million. Then there's South High School, which comes in at a very close second. If you live in Seaside, Southwood Riviera, or Torrance Beach, South High School will be your home school, and home prices in these areas range from the high 900,000s to just under 1.5 million. Third, there's North High School. If you live in Northwest Torrance, Northeast Torrance, Perry, La Fresa, Bridgedale, and certain parts of Moneta, South High School will be your home school. Again, those values probably range anywhere from the mid 900s to about 1.4 or 1.5 million. And then finally, there's Torrance High School. If you live in Old Town, Torrance Windermere, South Bayport, Summerwind, Springwood, Southwood Sunray, Marble Estates, or Madrona, Torrance High School will be your home school. Now, as you can see, the home prices vary in Torrance, but roughly speaking, you're gonna pay anywhere from $900,000 to maybe a little bit over $2 million, depending on what section and area it resides in the city of Torrance.
Number 5.
Coming in at number 5, the Culver City Unified School District. Now, they have about 10 schools in the district and about 7,100 students. The average ACT score is 27 with a 24-to-1 student-teacher ratio and a pretty impressive 93% graduation rate. Now, there's only one high school in Culver City, which is Culver City High. So if you're looking to purchase a home, just know that home prices will vary depending on the shape and condition of the home. But expect to pay anywhere between 1.2 and a little bit over 2 million for a home in Culver City. And if you want to learn more about Culver City, you can check out the video I did on that right here.
Number 4.
Coming in at number 4, El Segundo Unified School District. Now, there are 5 schools and roughly 3,400 students, and the schools range from K through 12th grade. Now, the student-teacher ratio is 23-to-1, and it boasts about a 96% graduation rate. The ACT scores in this area average about 27. Now, El Segundo has always been a very attractive place to live, and the city is continually going through development. So they're bringing in new stores, building up new homes. All of these things are going on in El Segundo. So if you plan on moving to El Segundo and purchasing a home, expect to pay anywhere from the lower millions to just over $2 million.
Number 3.
Coming in at number 3, Beverly Hills Unified School District. Now, there are 6 schools and about 3,800 students ranging from grades K through 12. Impressively, the student-teacher ratio is 16-to-1, and students in Beverly Hills are exceeding the ACT national average, so well above the national average for ACT scores in Beverly Hills Unified. Now, Beverly Hills Unified School District has a 96% graduation rate, and if you're planning on moving and buying a home in Beverly Hills, just know that you are going to pay for it. Prices typically start at 2 million and above and can easily creep up to 8 million depending on where you live in places such as Trousdale Estates or Beverly Hills Gateway.
Number 2.
Coming in at number 2, Manhattan Beach Unified School District. Now, there are 8 schools and about 6,500 students from grades pre-kindergarten all the way up to 12th grade. The student-teacher ratio is 25-to-1, but Manhattan Beach has probably one of the most highest concentrations of highly rated public schools in the entire state of California. The district's average testing ranking is 10 out of 10, which places it in the top 5% of public schools in California. Now, students in this school district will attend Miracosta High School, and home prices range between 1.5 and 3 million, depending on how close you are to the water. The prices go up. I call that the ocean tax.
Number 1.
And coming in at number 1, Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District. Now, Santa Monica and Malibu are 2 totally different municipalities, but the school district is all rolled into one. So I'm going to talk about both of these areas because they're vastly different, especially when I start talking about home prices. So if you are in Santa Monica, you're going to attend Santa Monica High School. Now, the average ACT score is 24 and the graduation rate is roughly 91%. As opposed to Malibu, where you will be going to Malibu High School, who has a graduation rate of 92%, but ACT scores average a whopping 29. Now, Santa Monica homes are going to range in price from 2 million up to 4 million, and it's going to depend again on how closer you get to the water. Wilshire, Montana, north of Montana, and Ocean Park are among the most expensive places to live in Santa Monica. Now, Malibu, on the other hand, offers some more affordable homes as you move up into the hills. But if you're looking for beachfront property, you can easily shell out up to 15 million. Here's that little trick that I was telling you about earlier. If you reside in a specific boundary map, but you want your kids to go to a different school, you may be eligible to apply for an intra-district or inter-district permit. And usually it has to get signed off by the principal. They're gonna put up a little bit of fuss because let's just face it, For every student that sits in the seats that's enrolled, those are dollars that go to the school. And if you take those dollars away, the school may lose some of its funding. So they're going to fight you a little bit on that. So you need to have a compelling reason why you want your children or your child to go to a different school other than the one that they're assigned to as their home school. And my advice would be to do this as fast as possible, because those spots at these schools fill up rather quickly. Part of that is due to being grandfathered in. So if you have a kid that's going from 9th grade to 10th grade, they kind of automatically are enrolled in that same school. So that's one less seat. So you have to compete against that. So again, you want to do this very early on. So there you have it. That's my top 7. Again, I want to reiterate, this is by no means an official ranking of the top 7 school districts in LA County. This is just the 7 that I chose based on location and academic performance. Once again, you're going to want to do your own research to find out which school districts and schools work best for you and your situation and your scenario. But it gives you some idea on home prices and how the schools perform as opposed to one another. So again, do your own research. Make sure you choose wisely. Class dismissed.